Yeah, we can begin.
Yo, let's get this shit underway. Welcome to D&D.
Okay. So in an effort to get Johnny caught up with the rest of us, Johnny, why don't you actually tell us, give us a recap of what happened last session?
I was turned into a ball and was tossed around by a bunch of centaurs. And then my, I guess, friends.
I
want to say friends.
They
They did what?
He thought they were nearby.
They were.
That's pretty much describes exactly our actions. We proceeded to be nearby.
And then I was thrown at you guys. And then you guys killed all the centaurs while I screamed profanity at them.
Which was amazing. So that was pretty much all of last session. That really was pretty much all of last session. So, take some inspiration for that. Take a preemptive inspiration for that wonderful recap.
Yeah, because that's really all that happened.
Really is. It was just really one big knockdown, track out battle. So
Short and sweet, like.
And now you guys are in the woods.
We regrouped. What's her face? Moonless healed us. Daergram healed us too. And then we regrouped, and then we continued walking with Moonless leading us in the direction of the Furbolg's.
Mm-hmm. So give me a marching order.
I'll tip me, Addison.
You're breaking up pretty bad, Peter.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, so Addison will continue being either right next to or slightly behind Moonless in the lead.
Okay.
Go.
I'll take up the rear then.
Okay. So that's the marching order. So, as you are marching forward, in the brush, you get about probably, you walk for about I would say a half hour, and it's fairly uneventful. Nothing crazy going on. Nothing out of the ordinary other than the normal.
Peter.
Yeah?
Question. It's still morning, right?
It's
late morning?
Yeah, it would be I would say afternoon-ish. I'd see you're getting to early afternoon.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make sure because I remember we woke up early in the morning, and then we had that whole incident with the air naga thing.
Mm-hmm. It's very difficult for you guys to tell day or night, but as far as passage of time, 8 hours is not 8 hours is not passed yet.
Okay, so as far as working from be noonish, sometime in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Cool. That's all I wanted to check with, just if we were aware even of the passage of time.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and I just okay. So you're walking, and you and Moonless are in the lead. And all around you, what you see is just you see dark sort of desolate woods. And then for you, Addison, as you and Midnight are in the lead, as you and Moonless are in the lead, that abruptly changes. So 1 second you are in quiet, desolate, moonless, dark woods. And then you take another step, and all of a sudden there's firelight playing on the trees. There seems to be some form of singing that you're hearing happening up ahead in the woods. And you can hear what sounds, I guess, kind of like maybe a celebration. You're not entirely sure, but it's abruptly different from what you experienced 1 second before, and even Moonless is sort of caught off guard and kind of stops dead because she doesn't know what happened.
Okay, so there's fire, like illumination all around, and it looks like this is like almost like does it look like a settlement, or does it look like an area set up for like a party or something?
It's very slightly in the distance, so like you didn't come into a settlement. What you notice is that the mood shifted. So like you were in a very quiet, you're in a very quiet area of the woods where there was literally nothing going on, no fire whatsoever. And then you take a step, and there's fire, there's dancing, you can hear people singing. There's something else going on. It was a very abrupt change from one to the other, one step to the other.
Okay, I immediately stop and I take a step back and I hold out my arms, like for everyone to like stop, like both of my arms.
So when you take that step back, the woods grow quiet again and the fire disappears.
Okay, yeah, and I'll grab like Moonless and pull her back with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'll like hold out my arms, like outstretched for everyone to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll turn to everyone in a very hushed tone. I'll explain to them what I just saw, which you explained, and then I'll look over to Moonless. Do you have any idea what that could possibly be?
Well, it's a very advanced form of magic, to be sure, of wording magic. Um, I I would assume it's a natural origin. I just don't know exactly from where. It could be druidic. I know of some druidic circles that can do some forms of magic like this.
I guess could I make some sort of a knowledge
Oh, what?
a knowledge roll of sorts?
What are you trying to garner?
I'm trying to think like she said that it might be some sort of druid circle, and it seems to be like natural in origin. I want to see if maybe through researching in the library, like the different rituals, if I know if this is some kind of magical ritual or if this is some sort of natural like magic being done, like something to jog my memory as to what could be setting this up.
Okay, go ahead.
So what?
So knowledge. Do knowledge arcana. Are you proficient with arcana?
I am.
So yeah, use that. Basically, just do a knowledge roll with your proficiency bonus because you've read about the druids in the Nightlands.
Woohoo! 25.
Okay, so what you've read about the druids indicates that the tribes, each tribe of druids corresponds to a particular circle or style of druidic magic. So there is one that focuses on shape-shifting. There is one that focuses on the magic of the land itself. There is one that specifically focuses on the former connection to the Feywild, the former connection to the ethereal plane specifically.
So you're talking about different, like the actual player's handbook kind of druid circle.
Yeah.
So these are dream druids.
You would think so, yeah.
Okay, shit. Okay, but it doesn't seem to be something like it seems like a kind of casual sort of thing. It doesn't seem like anything that might be like malevolent.
It doesn't seem malevolent. It does seem like whoever is. It does seem that like this this ability is set up because the people within it probably don't want to be found. You don't necessarily know by who.
Okay, so in hushed tones, I'll say to them, "This seems very familiar to something I was reading once I found out about the truth. They seem it could be very fey heavy druidic magic, and as we've seen through our encounter with the various fey in these woods, they're typically not very friendly, or they're friendly but hostile. They seem as if they don't want to be found through the invisibility, so I'm not sure what any of you want to do.
I don't want to cause any trouble.
So
If they don't want to be seen, we should just go around.
Well, here's the thing. Remember, part of your mission is to find druids, circles of druids.
Yeah, yeah, so I'll look over at
Just for a quick second, not to interrupt, but it almost sounded like Peter was gonna say, "Yeah, fuck that." I cast fireball.
yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Fuck that. Call like yeah, so I'll look to Ozone and Nomenclature. Perhaps I because we'll say that yeah, like I kind of think that like that's what the DM just said.
Well, I'll turn to you. Like, you said Circle Dreams?
Yes.
Yo.
Well, I think that you, Ozone, and Moonless and I should go there and be emissaries. We should.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I was just talking to that the Greek Dryad. I can't speak. A bunch of shit. They were telling me all about these druid when I was mentioning, mission. They're like the chill. So down to go meet them.
I think we should do that. I look to Ozone and the Doctor. Oh no, not Ozone and the Doctor. I look at Cathixis and the Doctor. You may.
Ralph has really found his voice this session.
Yeah. I look at the two of them. You can come along as well, but I think it would be prudent that the aforementioned people do all the talking.
Yep. Y'all should just keep your mouths shut, because we all know how to interact with people.
Without actually opening my mouth. Please, do all the talking.
Yeah, I'll do that to them.
Yeah, you should. It probably won't take me seriously with this voice.
Yeah, I look at Cathixis. If you can try to link us telepathically, that could actually prove very useful. Just please don't try to be invasive with the locals.
And let's try not to have our weapons drawn.
Yeah. Yes. Very, very wise.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I think that's a good idea. Because, like I said, they seem to be really cool people.
Yeah, so I put my swords away. And then I'm going to shift my armor to just look like a sort of like robes, but like more akin to what like a diplomat would sort of wear, so I don't look threatening.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll do like a nice like greenish color with like silver trimming, very Slytherin.
Okay.
Before we go, like, really close, and before you're about to talk, I just cast guidance on you.
On me?
Yeah, you're talking, right?
Well, it honestly, do the talking are the people with the high charisma.
Not me.
So yeah, that's why I was saying me, Nomenclature, or Ozone should do the talking.
Well, see, Ozone has the high charisma, but he's also a bro.
Right. I don't know that I should be leading that conversation. I will.
Are you rolling initiatives for people?
No.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, this is outside of combat. If Nomenclature actually does know of this circle through the Dryad, and they're chill and relaxed, they might actually get along much better with Ozone and Nomenclature than me, because I'm harsher. And I'm more like they might actually like someone who's more down to earth than someone who's a little more stuck up. So I might not actually be the best to speak with them.
I'll look at Daergram and be like, Doctor, put me in the mindset.
Come here, my child, bless you.
You're taking me down once.
The Lord guide thee.
Okay, someone's got. And then I'll turn around and start walking towards the druids.
Yeah, I kind of like forward for Moonless to walk ahead of me, so that way it's like Nomenclature and Moonless. And then I'll go and I'll lock arms with Ozone.
You'll lock what with Ozone?
I like put my arm under yours, like like lock arms with you.
Oh, this is like some kind of procession.
I look and say, we're trying to give the appearance that we're looking non-threatening. Hence why the two who actually look threatening are in the back.
Not,
I'm not super threatening.
Well, him being like metal-clad and dwarvish, that usually gives the impression of a little bit more military might.
That's true.
Yeah, so like dwarves, and then he's in like, cause you're in.
That's right. None of them have heard his voice.
Yeah,
Makes
and
sense.
and you're in heavy armor, aren't you, Ralph?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in heavy armor. He has a shield, and then you have like a hammer, right?
A war hammer.
Yeah, so it's like, so if you look at him, he looks kind of threatening, and then Cathixis is a horrible monster abomination.
Yep.
Love you too.
Yep, kisses. So I'll do that. So to make us look as like non-threatening as possible.
So as you guys are talking, Moonless tries to get your attention.
Yeah, and look at Moonless.
And Moonless points at the trees, and what you notice is that where previously...
Were those stealth rolls?
What?
Were those stealth rolls?
No.
Okay.
What you notice is that previous to that where previously the trees looked like there was like it was dark at night, now all of you can actually see fire playing off of the tree trunks and stuff. It's almost like whatever was there is no longer there. All you see is the firelight, and you no longer hear, you Addison don't hear any singing or kind of movement or merriment happening. It seems like just it's gotten very quiet. All that you see now is the firelight.
Okay. I really like my pun that I text.
What?
I said I really.
Gosh.
Yeah. Enchantea.
Get out.
Bye. Okay, yeah, so since we noticed that, I just look at Moonless and kind of motion, like, to continue walking. Yeah, like
So,
yeah. So Nomenclature and Moonless, I look to like the two of you, like when we notice that the singing and stuff has stopped and whatever, like to keep on going.
Yeah. So I keep stepping towards the fire, and I'll go and sit. Is there like an actual like fire?
Well, there's like
So, right. So
Oh.
when you get into, you notice that there's sort of like a sort of makeshift clearing has been made so that like nothing, so the fire doesn't get out of hand. Like fire's like very much in the center. All the leaves and everything have been cleared away, and it seems like just a normal clearing where it seems like a normal clearing. There seemed to have been like a lot of foot traffic in said clearing. There's a lot going on the ground if you were to look there. Does anyone here have any survival skills?
Yeah.
Ozone does.
I mean, I could roll it because jack of all trades.
I mean, anyone can roll it. I have no problem with anyone rolling it. If you were so inclined to investigate what's going on the ground.
All right.
Oh,
Sure.
Wait, so Jack of all trades gives you half your proficiency points?
Mm-hmm.
So
It's
always
round. Yeah, it's round down.
oh. So Ozone knows a lot. Ozone knows a lot about what's good. Ozone can see everything that's going on the ground. I don't know if he has the intelligence to figure out what it is.
It's the exact same as Ozone.
And I
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you guys notice is that there seem to be lots of very large footprints all around this fire. They seem to have been like moving around the fire, and then if you follow the footprints, you see all of a sudden they abruptly change to animal prints and go off into the forest.
So, yeah, I'm gonna start to follow the footprints and be like, yep, this is the cool shit the Dryad was telling me about. I'm about this. Fae friends, where are you? I'd like to commune. I say that last bit a bit louder.
Fae friends, where are you? I'd like to commune.
Yeah, I'd like to commune with you.
Okay. So you say that and follow the footprints?
Yep. Well,
Alright, go
it turns in from the large prints into the animal prints because I don't want to stray too far from everyone.
Well, yeah, that's like, so when they turn into animal prints, it's almost like they turn into animal prints and then go off all in the same direction.
Yeah. So I'll look at them and be like, well, we got no response. Let's track these, I guess. Oh, he rolled guidance on me, so was I supposed to add that to the next roll I make?
No, you can.
It's for like a whole minute.
Okay, so, yeah, it was a 21 anyway, so it's anywhere from a 22 to a 25.
Yeah, that was for his like
26.
like survival roll to notice the tracks.
Where is your survival roll?
Rolled in the rolling room, because I thought that's where we roll stuff.
Oh, what was it? It was a 21?
Well, and then plus a d4s. I could roll the d4 if you'd like.
I mean, if you got a 21, you see where the tracks are going.
Oh, he was just gonna say you didn't have to.
Okay.
Yeah, you see where the tracks are going, and 21 is more than good enough to see where these tracks are, to see what direction these tracks are headed to. I mean, over 20, you can tell that these look like deer or gazelle tracks.
Nice. So yeah, I'll just start. I'm excited by meeting the dream circles.
Can't hear a single thing you said.
Yeah, it was cracking up.
So before I ventured out to find where you guys went and then got captured by the centaurs and stuff, I was just talking to the Dryad about still Sylvan and the different things that use Sylvan, and then Druids, and then they were talking about different. And then when they mentioned the Dream Circle, I just figured that was really cool because they're all chill people. So I'm very happy about the thought of meeting people and not having to just fight everything that we encounter. So I'll start like merrily skipping down after the tracks into the woods.
Okay.
And I'll have Simone sitting on top of my little knit cap.
Okay. So what are the rest of you doing?
I rolled
To do what?
to look around like the camp. I put the stuff on the floor to see like if there's anything like around the campfire.
No, like, you mean like items?
Yes.
No, nothing like that. Like, you just notice the footprints. You notice the footprints and you have a very good idea of where those footprints are leading.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll just kind of like look to since I'm still locked arms with Ozone while I'm doing that, I turn and I look at him. Should we just follow Nomenclature?
You tell me, I'm just along for the ride.
That's true. And I start walking forward and bringing him with me.
Oh my god.
Wait for me!
Ozone's a bit bewildered, but he's not sure what the pageantry is for, so he's just going along.
Cathexis?
I'm just gonna follow along, I guess.
Okay. Alright, so you continue along through the woods following the tracks a bit of ways until the ground starts to get a little softer and the tracks seem to like muddy up and disappear a little. So can I get more survival rolls from you guys?
$18.
Okay. Look at you, Ozone.
Yeah, wait till I actually have to hit something.
So how do I roll multiple dice?
Just add a plus sign and then 1d4.
Okay. I got an 11. I was too excited.
Ozone and Addison have a firm grasp on where the tracks are continuing.
Just keep going this way, dude.
I'll start skipping in like a slightly different way because I kind of lost the tracks.
Yeah, you start skipping, but you're not actually really moving forward. You're like skipping in place, like very slowly, like very slowly moving forward. Like yeah. Apparently, I just need to lock arms with Ozone for him to roll well.
Right, that's my guidance.
I mean, technically, isn't that considered aiding another? That's advantage.
Oh.
The fuck was that?
Whoa, somebody hit up nature.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like nature, like music.
Well, it actually is. That's actually what you guys start hearing.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I look up and Simone is leaning over my cap, look at, and we're just locking eyes real quick, like, yay, forest friend. It's like we're back home.
Yeah, when I realize that I know where the tracks are going, and I notice that what's his face, Nomenclature doesn't, I'll hold out one of my hands and I'll cast Prestidigitation to make a little light like a little silver light that just shimmers, and it's like a little arrow pointing in the direction of the tracks.
You made a GPS pointer arrow.
Yeah.
So,
I see this.
so what do any of you want to roll on what you're hearing? Because you may know it as people, but do your characters know that?
Well, would we use our passive perception, or should we roll, like, for more deeper knowledge?
Well, no, you hear the sound, but you're trying to roll to see if you can distinguish what the sound is. You hear the sound.
15 on my survival.
Well, this is, I think, perception.
Oh yeah, what is a roll?
Well, so it would be like a knowledge nature.
Hmm.
So take that 8 and add it to whatever your knowledge nature is. Nomenclature.
It's gonna be the same thing. Yeah.
15.
Yep.
9.
3.
Ooh, 1.
Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so Addison, you have no idea. It's a bird. Ozone thinks it's probably not a bird, but has no idea what it is. Nomenclature recognizes it. It not only recognizes the sound as a frog, but he knows that it's supposed to be a very small frog. It's supposed to be a very small frog, which is odd because it sounds so loud that you would think the frog is much larger than that. You would think that the sound, because of how loud the sound is, that the frog was much larger. What do you guys do?
Oh, I forgot to roll.
So it sounds like the kind of sound that he hears of the frog sounds like it should be small, but it sounds like it's coming from a much bigger frog.
Yeah, the sound. He recognizes the species of frog in that as a very small frog, but it doesn't. But the sound itself does not sound like it's coming from a small animal.
Down.
What is that what you're rolling?
Yeah, it is. I just copied and pasted my last roll.
So then, what's the other one that we have to do, Ralph?
Dash. Double.
Oh.
Oh, nope. It just went through.
Yeah, I think it was just delayed.
So what is that roll for?
16 is a performance check to try to mimic the sound back to it.
Okay, so you mimic the sound fairly well, and you hear another one come back at you.
Can Raven also join in my replies?
She is a raven, so sure. You have to do a animal check to see if you can tell her that that's what you want her to do.
I mean, she makes noises with me all the time.
But for you to get her to
We're
do that.
teaching her something new. You need to handle animal check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Handle animal. That's survival?
It's wisdom. It's wisdom. Do you have ranks in it?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I might.
Yeah, well, you should check, because I thought that... What you did?
No.
Oh, no? Okay, then it would be whatever your wisdom is plus 4.
Yeah, a couple trades.
Why are you adding...
Yeah, put the 1.
Because I have that.
That only is for one roll.
No.
It just lasts a minute. It's definitely been more than a minute.
Yeah, and it's only for one roll in that minute. You don't get an additional D4 during that whole minute.
You check with his choice. Okay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what is your roll for, Addison?
Oh, that was him just trying to check if
Sidekick was down. Yeah, and that was a while ago, so we might have to use the different roll.
Oh, so what was that roll for? Oh, that was the performance roll?
that was the handle animal, and that's actually a 17 because there's not supposed to be the additional D4.
Yeah.
She knows how to make the noise now.
Cool. So yeah, we just mimic it back.
Okay.
And
Alright,
I'm,
and you hear the sound mimic back to you. You hear the sound coming back at you again.
Can Ozone's a pretty insightful guy. Can I gain some like insight into seeing like whether this is like playful or is this like just to get an idea like what the feel is, feeling the room out?
Feeling the noise?
No. Well, like so. All right, these animals are starting to make noise, and it sounds like Nomenclature's actually interacting with them vocally, I guess. But so I'm just wondering if there's something I could, like, at least, I guess, an insight roll or something where I can get a feel for whether if there's anything that seems creepy about it.
I guess that would be a knowledge nature as to why animals like that make those types of noises.
Okay.
Knowledge nature.
Well, I think his reason for wanting to do insight or that is because I think he's trying to see like if the animal is just making the noise or if it's actually like if it's
Like creepy or right, like
Yeah,
if there's
like,
evil
if it
intent
actually-
behind it.
if it actually is like he's making the sound and it's coming after, if it's actually doing that or if it's just like trying to communicate or not. Like if it seems like it's like no.
Well, I mean, if you want to use insight, you can.
I was just
Because it's more about the emotion than.
Yeah, but this is what Ozone is doing while you're doing that.
All right, let's see. Oh, nice. Yeah, I got a 7. That's lucky, right?
You have no idea.
All right.
So yeah, I'm gonna go to where I'm hearing the sound come from.
Okay. So you walk a little bit further into what appears to be somewhat of a clearing, and around the clearing you see 5 massive frogs just kind of lounging, sitting around the clearing, with their eyes closed, and every once in a while one of them will make that high-pitched noise.
So I
When you
take
say massive, how massive? Like, comparative to a humanoid?
That's a good question. Hold on one second.
Massive in size. They're massive creatures.
Massive for a frog, but is massive for a frog actually massive? Let me see.
No, they weigh like several hundred tons.
I always prefer the term
Colossal.
hulking.
It's large. One of them is larger than all of you. Like they're large.
Okay.
They're large creatures. Like in D&D terms, they're large size.
okay.
They outmass every single one of you.
I take it speak with small beasts won't work here.
Speak with massive
Although
beasts.
you're welcome to try.
No. I'm trying to think of the name of the song. Anyway,
99 problems. But vegetarian one. Sorry. Frogging one.
druids are all of them.
Wait, what did you say?
99 problems, but druids are all of them.
99 problems with druids are all of them. Mess.
So yeah, I'll look to one of the frogs and I'll like cock my head a little to the side, just be like, "Hello, friend."
It just makes that. It just makes that noise.
I'll make them back, and so will Simone.
So when you do that, the frog opens its eyes and looks directly at you in shock. And those eyes seem to betray an intelligence that a frog normally shouldn't possess.
So I look at him and say, "Well, giant buddy, the jig is up. I'd like to talk to you, oh wise druid." Hypnotoad.
What language do you say this in?
Will I be able to say it in very, very crude Sylvan since I'm learning it, but I'm not well versed in it?
Give me a. What would that be? Give me an intelligence roll. Add half of your proficiency bonus.
It's just both. It
I
would
already
be
did that.
yeah. He does that already.
So can I add just my proficiency bonus since I already have it?
No, you could add half of it.
Yeah. So. Okay.
You're not fully proficient in it yet.
Yeah. Natural 20.
Yeah, you
Nice.
speak.
Right.
Yeah, you speak a fluent Sylvan sentence to this frog.
I
When
turn to Stone and say, "I got that right, right?" I thought.
Wow, I can't believe you did that.
Yeah, the book.
Oh, okay.
so so the frog kind of narrows its eyes at you, and then makes that noise again. And what is your perception? Passive perception.
Do you count if you're trained in it as well?
Yeah, so whatever
Yeah.
is your score, essentially, add 10 to it.
Okay, so my wisdom score is an 18.
Are you proficient in wisdom?
I absolutely am.
So it's 10 plus your wisdom modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay, so my path
And expertise as well, if you have it.
A1.
Yeah. So what's your
My proficiency bonus is
like
plus 3.
yeah like your perception would be plus 10.
It's plus 8. Well,
There you go. 18 is your passive.
So 19.
19. Yeah.
There you go. Okay. So what you do notice is there's an animal moving in the outskirts of the underbrush. A horned animal, almost like a stag, moving like sort of circling the clearing.
Okay. I'll turn and look at it and be like, "Hi, are you the druid I need to talk to?" And I'll say that in common.
You'll say that in common. The stag comes through. The stag comes through into the clearing and stands in front of you, and looks at you.
So
but does nothing.
I'll say it again, but in Sylvan. Or I'll try to say it again in Sylvan.
All right, give me the roll.
And this is knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the same thing you did.
I'm going to use my inspiration to re-roll that.
Okay.
Hurt its mother.
So.
Well, that makes me very happy because I just took my 3rd level spell. Is tongues. So when I say that and it looks at me however it looks at me, I'll cast.
Well, wait. You don't get to just act without a reaction, especially after you just so thoroughly insulted this poor stag. So you say something crude and completely unacceptable and unintelligible in Sylvan, and the stag immediately transforms out of its stag form and takes the form of so it looks like, I would say, a thickly built mossy skinned elf, but very large, like taller than, so Ozone probably the tallest in the group, so taller than Ozone. And it's like very thickly, stoutly built, with a rosy nose and cheeks.
Do I know what this is?
You can roll to see if you know what it is.
Would I have read it in the book from knowing what it was? Like,
Would you what?
Because I'm pretty sure I the player know what this is. So I'm just saying that would Addison have read it, considering I know the different druid circles that have to do this?
You can you would have to roll for it just to see if you came across this particular creature in your readings.
So yeah, I'm gonna burn a 3rd level and cast tongues and say, in Sylvan, I'm sorry, I'm new to this language. I don't know what I just said, but it seems that it was mean. I'm looking for the Dream Circle. The Dream Circle Druids.
And the
Please don't kill me.
Addison. Okay, so 11. You do remember reading about a giant elf-like race. You don't exactly remember what they were called.
Okay.
You remember reading about a giant elf-like race that hailed from the ethereal plane like the rest of the elves. You don't remember exactly what they're called. You know,
Okay.
a lot of the Fey races came from the ethereal plane.
Gotcha. Question.
Uh-huh.
Like in the picture, does it have a raven on its shoulder?
No, no raven.
Oh, okay.
No raven. Yeah, it's just has red hair. And looks very much like that. So she looks at you and kind of cocks her head to the side. For you, Gnomenclature, she has to kind of bend down because she's very much larger. Much larger than me. And she kind of like bends down and she's like, "You just told me to fuck my mother."
Yep, that's not in the slightest what I meant to say. My many apologies.
And then she kind of narrows her eyes at you. She said, normally I'd find a bumbling fool like you interesting and amusing, but we're in a bit of a situation right now, and we don't really cater to visitors."
Would you like to speak to the druid we're traveling with?
You throw this on.
Yeah.
You throw this on Moonless.
I mean, it makes sense.
So now speak to yourself, Peter.
So Moonless kind of looks at you.
You would give
and-
an NPC.
Yep.
Biggest fucking problem with an NPC.
That's so terrible.
Well,
All right, Peter, give yourself a persuasion roll.
So Moonless kind of looks at you and says, no, I think you're doing a good enough job at this just by yourself. This is quite entertaining to watch.
I scratch the back of my neck, but only with my middle finger, and I make it blatantly obvious.
Ozone nudges you and says, "Ask them about their situation, quote unquote." And I air quote you.
Oh, I figured we were talking in Sylvan.
Oh, I didn't know. Sorry.
So yeah.
So I'm just clueless. Just letting you know.
So,
Well,
yeah.
no, she's okay. So no, she's not talking in Sylvan. She talks in common to you.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll speak common.
Oh,
with
okay.
her.
There you
So,
Yeah, I pat your arm, Ozone. Good job.
and I go, as the big airman said, we like to help people, and then I give a really awkward smile and say, if you tell us of your situation, maybe we can assist you. We just like to talk because we're looking for druids. We're actually trying to save the world.
And what do you want from druids?
We're trying to unite all of them so we can stop the weird blight thing.
She kneels down to you again, and she squints her eyes at you, and doesn't speak for a bit, and then she just kind of nods to herself and says, "Subtlety isn't your strong point."
I mean, it seldom gets you what you're looking for.
Well, what we require requires subtlety. Either subtlety or immense strength, and you don't have immense strength.
But I have friends that do, and I'll turn back to look at like Ozone and Cadixis and be like, eh?
Ozone proudly flexes his club muscles.
Yeah, I pat his club muscle.
She looks at all of you, and she shrugs her shoulders and says, "Very well." And she raises her hands up to the trees that are surrounding you guys and starts speaking a language that none of you understand.
I understand it.
You understand what?
I cast tongues on myself, so I can speak and I understand any spoken language I hear for the next.
Doesn't that eliminate secret languages? I'm pretty sure it does.
It just says the spell grants the creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken language it hears. Moreover, when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language that can hear it understands what it says. So when I was speaking in Sylvan, everybody understood it, actually. I didn't realize that part.
Oh, so like, because we hear you and we think it's common, and when they hear it in the language that you're designating.
Yeah.
Are you looking it up, Peter?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
So a creature you touch understands any spoken language it hears. So you haven't touched anyone but yourself.
Yeah, I'm saying I understand what the druid is saying.
So
A creature you touch understands any spoken language. Oh, okay, yeah. Alright, so no one else understands it. You understand it as her blatantly asking the trees to move aside.
And I look at everybody and say, you might want to step back.
What you notice happening is that the actual canopies of the trees start to coax outwards so you guys can see the night sky.
So yeah, I'll be like, everyone, look up.
Or I mean, we can hear the trees moving and parting, so it's like, oh shit.
And what you guys see in the sky when you look up is not like, yes, it's a normal night sky with stars and everything else, but there's something very peculiar that's sitting right in the middle of it.
Jesus?
Is that God's kingdom?
Yeah, sure.
Not
Yeah.
loading for. Oh, there we go.
So,
Fucking giant castle.
so you see.
Giant.
So you what?
There are giants in the sky. There are big giants in the sky.
You're such messes. So no, absolutely not. So you see this basically cloud castle in the sky, and she turns to you and she says, there's a giant that lives in that castle, and the castle travels around, like, sort of floats around the woods, and when she stops over an area, she demands tribute from the people who live in the area as forbearance for her not laying waste to the land. And her demand of tribute from their particular tribe was their tribe's leader, the archdruid who led them. So she took him into the castle, in order to, like, make use of his power of dreams to see if she can learn more she can learn more about others of her own kind, as well as there are a bunch of things that she wanted to know more about, and she brought him to her castle so she could learn more about it. So she could learn more about those things. And as of yet, she has yet to return him.
So I'll raise one finger to her to like just 1 second, and I'll look back and be like, Cathixis, come here. Here, come on.
I walk up to him.
And I go, do your creepy stealth shit.
Like Skyrim, he just crouches. Looks around.
And disappears. No.
I hide.
Give me a hide roll.
You don't even know what it means to hide.
Can you give him guidance?
No.
Oh.
I was hoping I was gonna get that.
So you crouch down and you cover.
No, I just crouch down. I just crouch down. I don't even like. That's
Yeah,
that's
he
what I
looks
do.
up Skyrim stealth and just crouches down.
Yep. He hides cracks.
And so
Great
she
effort.
looks at she looks at Cathixis with this look of like just she doesn't know what to do with this, and she just shrugs her shoulders. She's like, best case scenario, you save. Best case scenario, you save our archdruid. Worst case scenario, you all die and I don't have to deal with you anymore.
So, one thing, I'm like Vanna White showcasing Cathixis, but I'm still looking at him, the audience. So I'm not seeing that he's just crouching down. And I'm like, you see? Stealth is his forte. He can do it, and we can assist him.
And she's just shaking her head.
I just crouch walk back to where I was.
And when I turn around, he's going, like, you see? He was never there.
Yeah, I just like I let go of your arm, Ozone. I walk forward and then I shift my clothing back into the way my armor looks, like the silver leather with like the pink highlights.
Uh-huh.
I just go, yeah, you've got no other alternatives. You're in a pickle. He's offering to help. Just let him do it.
Alright. Well, if you can figure out a way to get up there, then by all means.
Yeah, I
look at Ozone.
just sigh.
Ozone, fastball special.
What, do you want me to throw you up there?
Yes?
I look over it.
Can you explain to me, to Ozone? Ozone wants to know what the castle in the sky looks like and how far it is. To me, it seems like this thing is like 100 miles in the sky, but maybe I'm misinterpreting.
It's not really high in this. It's not really high in the. I mean, it's high in the sky in terms of like, I guess what you guys would be used to, but as far as clouds go, it's fairly low in the sky.
Okay.
As far as clouds go, it's fairly low to the ground. It's not like, fog low, but it's lower than a cloud should be.
And Gnomenclature is 3 foot tall, 3'1". So everything is possibly tall to him.
So Ozone, what he does is he'll take Nomenclature, or he'll get on a knee and indicate like, hop on, bro. Let's take a closer look. And just for you to get on my shoulders.
Yep, I climb up.
So I stand.
So you notice that the strange. I hate all of you.